I'm standing back in the gully now. There's that big Doug fir and the cut stump. Here's another cut stump right here, and there's another one down there. More aspens starting to come in here. As I look over here in this direction, everything I see is a Douglas fir, an aspen. Do I not see? Oh, there's one little limber pine right in the center back. Another big limber pine there right in the center. Look as it head up, about the same height as the aspens are. And then here are a spectacular pair of them right in the center of the gully, spruce, mixed in with aspen. And then here's this group that I'd already pointed out of these three younger ones here and then an older one in the background. Little limber pine back there. But I'm going to predict we're getting pretty close to where, as I go down farther, it's going to turn into pure aspen and we're not going to see any more spruce until I kind of go left here and get around these rocks. Let's continue. And here is that spruce that fell over. It looked like it marred some of the branching on the left side of that little spruce in the middle there. But that's the area we just looked at, and another spruce over there, right in the center of the gully. And then we also looked down at these two here, where they're big enough now, where they're getting that really platy gray over orange. Absolutely diagnostic. Right next to me here, though, next to this aspen, this is a young Douglas fir. Technically, that young Douglas fir is on the south-facing side of this little 8-foot wide gully here. See what we come to as we move down here. Really healthy looking branches. More Juniperus communis here. Okay, a little spruce right in the center. Look at it coming out from the protection of that rock. Let me go in right here. There you can see its trunk there, curving up. Looks very healthy. It's got a nice leader on the top. And here's a bigger one. And in the distance, right beyond it, we have kind of a threadbare limber pine, and then a healthy looking Douglas fir farther on. So here is the edge of the rock. I'll be able to walk back here, and this will surely be the last spot where I'm seeing any spruce, other than when I go back up. I'll see how far away from that rock they show up. So here I've finally gotten back over to this part of the rock. All those stems you see there are the spruce I've already talked about. That one back center, actually this is a good spot to see how different the top is of a spruce from that Douglas fir, more of a cone shape just to the left of it. But that was the first one I saw that had all the cones up at the top, getting its water here. I'm not sure what that little one is straight in there. I would guess Douglas fir, but I'm going to have to walk out there to see. And over here, every single one of these trees, you can just tell by the branching form, those are all spruce. And we're going to take a look at what their habitat is at the base. But while we're here, take a look at what we've got up there. That would be northwest facing slope. Golly, some dead stems in there, but also coming right out of the center of the picture there on the left where those two depart. Look at this one. This one has got some leaf structure up there. I have no idea what that is. I was just standing over there talking, and I was talking about this little tree in the center here. And yes, this is a spruce. As well as that, in fact, what's interesting here, look at all the spruce cones that have accumulated over time here. From the trees up above, obviously. Here's a gorgeous old stump. And behind it, this is a little spruce. Look at where it's choosing to grow. Ha! Right out of that little crack there, and that crack continues on up, kind of in there. That's another spruce up in there. We saw that one earlier. Juniperus communis, right in the center there. What an interesting, beautiful log this is here. Spruce there. Down there, aspen, looks like Douglas. Well, no, we'll have to see if that's a spruce. Limber pine there. Douglas fir, limber pine, aspen, limber pine, aspen. Spruce here, and then look, right along this rock area here. Huh. Wow, I'll be able to get back into there. Okay, spruce here, Douglas fir there, limber pine, center back. Oh, and a little baby spruce coming out of there too, right in the center. Look at all the water being gathered in here and the protection, and surely snow. Snow would stay in here a long time. Let's go explore this area further. Looks to me like that little one straight ahead. I would guess that's a Douglas fir, but I've been wrong. So I hope I'll be able to get out to it. These trees are big, but look, there's been even bigger trees here that I would guess are spruce. Everything here is spruce. Look at the base of this one here. Another one there. You can see where they've fallen. That one where it's fallen and broken apart. And this one here growing right out. That one fell in that direction, and here's two younger spruce growing right here. There's one in the center. Everything I see right down this crack here is a spruce. Let me go up and show the upper portions of them. The spruce zone right in this area that's not only partially shaded, but it's got all this rock here to channel the water right down. Juniperus communis right here, but to channel right down into this area. Yeah. Terrific place. Boy, did they smell good. Very different smell from the other conifers. Here's a close-up. So before I continue down this gully, I'm going to work my way over in this direction, see what we have up against the rock wall, and see if I can find out what that one is. I walked over to this little one first just to ID it. It's a spruce. Really healthy, and I'll get back up into here. You see, this is the area I just came from, and right over there, those several big spruces I was just talking in there. But what's exciting about here, not only is it incredibly healthy, but it's growing in the soil right on top of it. You see this old root structure running here and down here, and all the moss and soil that's gathered in along the way. And right here is where this old tree, oh, look at that. There's a little baby spruce in there too. Right there. But this old tree used to be growing right in that area, sent one of its roots uphill, and when it fell over, this is what remains of it. Which makes me wonder whether there used to be more soil here. You can see how the spruce has been holding on to soil. We got another big root we'll be able to look at in there. But the moss, the soil, I wonder if something happened to this property. Fire, overgrazing, overcutting, I don't know. But can you tell from the lichen how long this has been exposed? Maybe this is just naturally exposed like this. And it's just along the edges that the spruce has been able to not only grow, but create, with the help of moss, create a soil layer. So here's another spruce. This one's dead. And I can't tell from this direction if it was a lightning strike, but let's walk up here. First of all, just admire this. Yeah, I tell you, this spruce here, I was guessing it was a Douglas fir. It was so thick. This is a happy spruce. But you can see it's getting water from quite an area in here. Where did these little aspen come from? How in the heck? I gotta figure that one out. Hold on here. Okay. See that little aspen? And there's that cute little spruce I was just admiring right there. But what's interesting here, given what I see, this aspen must have started from seed. There's absolutely no mature aspen within root distance from here at all over this kind of rock. Could not get here. Let me briefly take a look around here. Ah, there's a Douglas fir. Wow. Look at this enormous amount of water basin this Douglas fir gets. I wonder if this tree, here, I'll head up here so I can get a better view of it. Wow. Look at all. Look at all the... Nope, we have a lot of Douglas fir cones in here too. But, okay, so there's that little aspen. Here's the dead spruce. Here's all those other spruce I came from. But look at this gorgeous tree root here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let's just admire that for a moment. And the rocks that it's holding on to. Now that looks like fire charring there, so this could have been a lightning damage. But you can see where it was growing, this whole area right here, boom. And now the rock is exposed. And here's some of its, let me turn around here. Here's some of its roots. Oh, there's a beer bottle here. Look at that. Whoa, look at the moss growing out of it. All right, there's been people up here. This would not have been a timbering operation here. It's just too impossible to get the trees out of here. There's just too much rock. So this is the healthy Douglas fir. And let me walk up to, I'll turn the camera off but I'm going to walk right up to that little conifer there and see if it's a spruce or a Douglas fir. I just checked it out. It's a darling little spruce. That one there obviously tried but couldn't make it, and I forget what I guess this was. I think it's a Douglas fir that's trying to grow. Either way, there's no way. Yeah, that's a Douglas fir. There's no way that it can make it there. But this one, if it stretches a root down here eventually, I don't know. Here's a beautiful lichen on this rock. Let's take a gaze up, and again, this is all the north-facing slope over there. As we slowly turn around here, here's another view of this lucky, lucky Douglas fir that has taken this spot and says, I've got it, nobody else can come in here, thank you very much. So I'll continue and take a look down there. Okay, here's the gully, the main, kind of between the big rocks. Off to the right is where I was just looking at that Douglas fir zone, but here coming down, and look at this cute little bonsai spruce. Good job thus far. How long can you survive? So I'm using this little gully passageway to make it down. See, I've got some nice soil here. There's the other rock slope here. You see the aspens coming in down there. But right here, every single trunk you see here is a spruce, large ones. And this rock wall and all this water being channeled right through here coming down must help. Look at that beautiful little soil area that they've built up there. Beautiful spruce. And I'm sure this one was a spruce too. One that's leaning and dead. So I'll continue down there and see what I see around the corner. Because, oh, wow. We've got a couple here too. Right up in the center tall there. That is starting from way down there. So we've got another clump. So I just came from up there in the center spruce, smaller spruce here with, look at that beautiful moss. Boy, that sure helps build soil. And this leaning tree confirmed by the bark here. That was a spruce. And a healthy one behind it, and healthy one right here where my hand is. More spruce down in there. We'll do that after I first do the exploration in this one little pocket, because certainly nothing beyond here, it would be at a southwest facing slope. So the only spruce are going to be right in here. Let's go check them out. I was just over amidst those two spruce trunks talking, and coming up this way, I just wanted to pause because this is surely an aspen seedling. Oh, no, it would have to be, because the closest mature aspens are down there, and they vegetatively send out root suckers, but this is just pure rock. So this would have to be a seedling, and seedlings of aspens are actually pretty rare. That may be another one. Let me zoom on it right there. That may be another one right there, midset. It's a Douglas fir behind it, and a beautiful Juniperus communis batch, plus evidence of some fallen trees, and this one's got some charring on the inside of it. Several around here. There we have a limber pine, but here we have a spruce, another spruce, that big trunk here coming out between the rocks. Here's a spruce seedling, some more Juniperus communis here. And I see a dead spruce there, but we'll go up to there. Oh my, there might be a couple of spruce still beyond there. Yep, dead center, far back, just to the left of that big standing trunk. That looks like spruce. Well, I'll go up there. So I was just down there by that spruce. This spruce, grateful for this Juniperus communis, made it easy to safely walk up. Look at the size of whatever this tree was. I bet it was a spruce. And the advantage it took of putting a limb way out here. Maybe that was a Doug fir. Here's you can see on the bark here that this dead one was a spruce. And as I look up, can't be sure what those are. Let me go around the corner here and see. Okay, I was right on the other side of that dead tree there and walked up through here. And as I look down, I can see that there's a couple. If they get tall, they start to struggle, like there, spruce. That one there, still small, it's not struggling. There's a little one right in the center, close to me here, struggling spruce, and that's a limber pine behind it. Limber pine here. Take a view here. Another limber pine. Spruce hanging in there. But look at this great waterway we've got along here. Limber pine, another spruce, kind of on the left there. Quite a water path here. I'll go up and take a look. This spruce right here is dead. Look at that root it's got going up. But look at, we've got some little babies growing right here at my feet. 1, 2, and then another one here. So I'll head up a little higher. I just came from down there. Easy, safe walking up here. There's a little spruce right on the edge of the camera there. Let me do a little pan around here. You can see that is right in the front center. That's a struggling spruce, being bonsaied a little by the wind. This here is a limber pine. They do much better in wind than spruce do. They're limber. They can easily accommodate to the wind. And there's nothing else up there. A couple spruce right. Yeah, let me get right here. And they're still alive over there. But beyond there's certainly nothing. And there's spruce right here. That's a limber pine right in front, but behind it, that is nearly a dead spruce. Look how the size of its trunk there. Dead top, it's just hanging in. Seems that they get up to a certain height here, and these aren't even lightning strikes. They just, once they get beyond a certain height, this just doesn't work for them anymore. Okay, I just came from back up there. That's a Douglas fir down here. Here's the main gully that I followed all the way down. And I'm standing right next to a spruce here. There's another little spruce right behind those aspens. And there's quite a tall one there. And a couple more crowns you see in there. But I'll walk into that area. I think there's some big stumps down there. Yes, there are some big stumps down here. In fact, let me just, now that the sun's gone behind the cloud, there you can see how far back I went, and those are spruce back there. But check out the largest log that I've seen. This was quite a tree. Look at that. And that amazing burl coming out of the side. Whoa. I'll go closer and take some beautiful bark work. But here's, these spruce are still healthy here. There's another one back there. More around here. In fact, let me just scan for the trunks of all these spruces. Right here. Everybody I'm scanning right now is alive. All Juniperus communis. All three of those are alive. That one, there's a big one with a dead one, smaller dead one by it. And all of those are, everybody's a spruce in here. This is just a grove of spruce, nobody but a spruce. And by golly, look at this tree. Oh my gosh. Wow. Charring you can see there and underneath there. Whether this was a single lightning strike or a forest fire caused by a lightning strike somewhere else. Oh, oh my gosh. Look at that. Absolutely exquisite. I have seen this tree before. Last time we were here, I remember taking a picture of it, but I hadn't gone up to those other ones. This is probably the biggest living spruce. And here's where this gully continues. Little spruce here, a couple more there, 3 right there. Another one right here next to a taller limber pine. And by golly, look at that, how healthy that one looks. And again, you can see all the cones, those reddish cones up near the top. That is really healthy, but oh Lord, no way am I going any farther. I don't know if you can see what happens through there, but it just drops off to nothing. So this is the end. This is the end of my journey here. And I'll take some more pictures when I get up near the top to see just how far from the north-facing ridge. Okay, here's the gully I walked up. The big rock wall's over here. And here's my husband, because my camera battery ran out and I couldn't record the spruce trees. I found 2 on the way up. But lo and behold, here we are right at the top. You can see it just gets really sunny up there. Right here, guarded by this big rock, he spotted from a distance this beautiful spruce. So this is the highest one on this side. The first spruce up by the rock there is higher, but certainly over here on the south-facing side of what will become the gully, this is the first tree I see. And here's a little baby limber pine right next to it. But again, look at the growth form here. It puts out those very, very low branches and keeps them growing. Very good for snow conditions. Okay, that dark, skinny conifer tree right beyond that Juniperus communis there, that's what I just filmed. And coming down where the gully is beginning here, I ran into one of the two trees that I found on my way up. So I'm recording these. Michael's here for scale. And you can see that really characteristic bark. This is quite a tall one here. And you can kind of see the rock wall over there through the trees. But here you can also see that even though it's technically over on the south-facing side, it's very near the center of what will become the gully down there. Oh, and that's that big Doug fir, that first really big Doug fir that I found right there on the north-facing side of the gully. So back there is the first big Douglas fir. We've gone quite a bit downhill, and here's the second big one. I'm pretty sure I recorded these three here. Actually, 1, 2, 3, and a little baby there. Whereas this one right here is a Douglas fir. But here, this is a spruce. Quite a patch here of them. You can see we've got a bunch of aspen coming in here. That's a Dougie right there. Big Juniperus communis back there. And Michael is heading right towards the biggest living spruce that I found when I was inventorying down there. And again, that's right in the bottom of the gully. Okay, so there's one other seedling that I found. There's an old road over there somewhere that Michael and I regularly take, so I'm going to go back over there and find it. But there's no way that seedling is going to grow into a spruce tree. Basically, whenever you start seeing Ponderosa pine around at all, forget it for spruce. Dougies go real well with them, limber pine, but Ponderosa pine, no. Okay, we just came from up this gully here. A couple little spruce trees, dark green in the center there. And somehow I missed this beautiful stump. I think I was too intent on going across there and checking out the prospective spruce trees, but look at this. Look at this beauty. Oh my gosh. Let's go a little closer here. Definitely charring under there. And again, the soil has eroded quite a bit away. Once these trees die, boy, they're not holding the soil anymore.
Yeah, back here too.
Okay. Wow. What a beauty. Whoa, look at this. We got ourselves a Ponderosa pine right here. See that? It's starting to get a little orange here. Let me get to the needles. Yeah, see, they're in clusters of 3 with the fascicles. So this is the closest in Ponderosa pine I've seen. To have a Ponderosa pine right there, this close to spruce trees right there, and there's the big rock. You know the microclimates are coming in here. So with the death of this tree, it made it possible for this Ponderosa to come in here. So here's that Ponderosa pine again, and I'm swiveling around to the densest, lushest, glorious Douglas fir. I just went up and confirmed that it really was a Douglas fir, but look at that. Whenever it gets there in its habitat, boy, it loves it. So now we'll move down to this last section before the drop-off. Okay, there's a big grove of spruce in the last part of the gully. There's the north-facing cliff. There's the direction I came from, including the first Ponderosa Pine, right in the center there. Here's that gorgeous big Dougie. And here's the first, on my previous trip, spruce that I saw as far removed from the main group as any. And it looks pretty healthy in there. So that'll be an important one to keep a watch on to see how it does as climate shifts. All right, so this is a little farther down than I came last time. And it's a limber pine right in front. Look at this giant tree that had been living. We'll have to go there, right on the point. Somehow it was able to grow that tall. But look at what's right behind us. That's actually the biggest spruce I think we've seen if we look down at the bottom of its trunk there. But that's got a good place to kind of get a start growing early on when it's young and collect a lot of water down there. But look how tall it gets. This is just too beautiful. I had to take this picture. And here's another giant fire-scarred trunk with a young Douglas fir growing right out of it. And this is the main area of the spruce right back in there. See how much darker green they are there on the left? Here's that gorgeous tree I just filmed. I walked a little bit down, and along the way I noticed I don't even have to go up to see it. This is a spruce tree because the spruces go up like that. The Dougies don't do that. And there you can see a number of spruce trees. Wow, that's a beautiful way to see them. And this is where we go no further. Here's a beautiful old tree. Look at how it had stuck its a lateral branch out like that. It's the sort of thing spruce do. Dougies don't really do that, so I would guess this was a spruce. Still standing. Limber pine behind me. Okay, there's that big dead tree that we were just at. Really healthy limber pine right there. And I'm just going to scope around here before the wind comes back again. Those are mostly spruce up there. And here's why this is the end of the road. See, there's just nothing down there. That is not spruce habitat down there at all. Nor is that. That's mostly Dougies over there on that slope. So you can see this is really the only area around here where there's really any chance for me to have found spruce. So look at this poor little limber pine. And another one in the crack there. Not much hope for them. Not any hope at all. These little grove of beautiful spruce trees here. And a little higher up the same rock slope. These are little seedling spruce. Trying to make it. Certainly won't be successful. Here's a living limber pine where it's a good place to see what it does with its roots, sending them down this passageway here, continuing on down. Now this was probably another tree at some point. So here's the limber pine, and here's a still healthy looking spruce here. Let's take a look up it. Oh my gosh, look at this root. Here we go, spruce. Follow that root. Follow that root. Ho, 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 ho. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And there it continues there. Trees are so brilliant. This is the end of the line. There are spruce up above it, but this is the last one at this level. I just said that spruce in the center there was the last one I could get to, but coming back, look at this. We have two right here, just slightly above the crawlway I came through. And look at these roots heading up, and whoa. I can't tell what that is.
The big one, the tall one's a spruce.
Okay, so I'm going in close on the bark and I'm looking at the babies. Oh yeah, spruce bark. What about those babies? I'm sure they're spruce too. Okay, one more view from where I just filmed. Here you can see how steep this rock wall is, and oh good, here's a great view of the spruce up there with a very thick trunk. Very embattled there. But this was just too cute. This is a beautiful little spruce here, right next to a very happy limber pine. And when I came to look closer, that's a nest in there. Not active. Okay, one more picture there, right down at the trunk area, because look at how little area this has. Looks like its left root has lost any capacity, and I don't know where the right one goes, but boy, that's a struggling tree. Right below this limber pine is something really interesting. You can see how erosive this Colorado billion-year-old pegmatite is. Look at that gray lichen that had made a circle, and right down here is the center plate of it, where you can see it had fallen out of here, which has got the fresh-looking orange in there. But much of the lichen here in the shade is really thick and beautiful. There's a spruce on the left and the limber pine, pair of spruce trunks right in the center. This was the end of the line. But I just looked over the edge here. What a remarkable, that is a spruce. And it successfully seems to be adopting a bonsai position. It's the first one I've seen really successful like that. Okay, the big rock with the north-facing side where I was looking at all the spruces is maybe 50, 70 yards that way. And I knew I wanted to come back over here to an old trail. This doesn't have the north-facing protection here on it because I remembered seeing when we're walking another path here, see here's the old trail. I remember seeing this little spruce. So here it is again, but this time I asked myself, where's the parrot? And looked up, and there we have, right here. This one's amazingly healthy. There's a Douglas fir right next to it there, but this is an Engelmann. You see the trunk here, and there's another one that's much smaller behind it that's really on the edge of not surviving anymore. So there are a few that come over here, and let's see what kind of a microhabitat it started growing in. So it's really been curving. It might have got a start helped out by that Juniperus communis there. There it is. Continuing to walk up the road, there's quite a few little Douglas firs starting to grow here, but look at this. Hadn't noticed this one before. This one is a spruce. And we're almost up to the top of the road, and that hulking feature back there is not a rock. That's the house we've been staying in. And there's just one more set of outliers. Here I am back on top of the bedrock outcrop. I just filmed down in the against this north-facing and northeast-facing wall here. The house is up there, just a couple-minute walk away. But look at these, right up here. Engelmann Spruce, dwarfed. Look at that one there. I'll show a close-up. Actually, I'll show of a cone. 3 years ago when I was up here during the summer, it was forming some purple cones. So I'll paste in some pictures of that over that, and you'll be able to see how old that is. I'm sure that tree is older than I am. I'm 65. That is an ancient tree. So Engelmann spruce does have the capacity to be able to bonsai a bit if it needs to. We're on the slightly north slope here that then brilliantly cuts off right in that area. There's one little spruce there, one spruce here, one spruce here, and that's a limber pine. I'll paste in some other video I've taken just of the rest of this dome area here. Everything that I've seen, they're not as big as this, but that's still alive, is a limber pine, and you'll see some dead skeletons here of other trees that were also trying to make a living up here, and I assume those were limber pine. I've seen one little Douglas fir that I'll show that's trying to make it in a crack there. What's very successful here is Juniperus communis, and you'll see that growing in places where water collects. And now I'll close out this video in my usual way. May the forest be with you.